fuck. I think I left my coffee. Shit. Well, oh well. We're doing it live. What is going on, everybody? And my tripod. Ow, pinching my finger. Yo, Mason, what's up, buddy? Ah, fuck. Hold on. $9 a.m. in Oakland. Damn. There we go. 9 a.m. Holy shit. There we go. Driving across the Bay Bridge. Damn. I don't know if I'll ever be in California, to be honest. At some point, I want to do a bunch of traveling. At some point, for sure. I think that would be really, really cool. So yeah, I got the Kayla Harrison and Juliana Pena fight. Breakdown is out. Sean O'Malley and Marab will be out at noon, and then the rest of them will be out spread apart. Pumped for this card. Yeah, this card's gonna be awesome. I really, really like this card. I like it a lot. I'm excited to see Kevin Holland. Me too. He's always fun to watch, even if he loses. He's always fun to watch. And again, if a motivated, determined Kevin Holland shows up, he's going to give Luque a run for his money. Also, he has weird power too, so. Kayla going to destroy? I think so. I think so. But I talk about that in my video. Check that out. Check it out. Even for like, I think, yeah, Chaos Williams is fighting on this card as well. Yeah, he fucked a gunner up. Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. 100% fucked him up. Luque isn't the same after the... Yeah, he's not the same. Not the same. He did look good in the Garimba fight, but I think that's how that fight should have went, to be honest. He looked good in it, but that's how that fight should have went. So, it's a hard one to really be like, is Luque back? Because it's Themba. So, Kev always has that nasty right hand. Correct. You can knock out Buckley like that and literally hurt damn near every fighter you fight with that. Yeah. Absolutely not. Not even close. But, okay. Ye ran through Themba. Yeah. Yeah. And Themba was on a bit of a streak, too. I think he's won since that fight, too. I can't remember, but I think he has. Buckley took out Luque. I mean, not really. Not really. You watch the finish of that. That is a weird fucking finish. I'm happy to see Usman still fighting. Yeah, I agree. I was never a huge fan of Usman because like they kept comparing him to GSP, and I don't think he's close to GSP. I don't think he's the greatest welterweight of all time. I think that's GSP. So, and honestly, like if you're gonna put Usman up there in that conversation, you have to put Robbie in there because Robbie had multiple good fights. Usman had some dominating fights. I don't know. Prime Usman would kill Buckley. Yes. Dana said Usman better than GSP. It's fucking wild. That is crazy to me. I don't see it at all. Not at all. Not one bit. Hold on, Mason. Real quick. 1 second. I'm back. I'm back. Fucking burning up. I gotta open up my window. Ooh, yeah. It is hot here today, buddy. It is hot here today. Sorry, I'm back. It is hot today. Yeah, I think this card is going to be awesome. 13 fights, I believe. Dude, there was 10 last week. Well, 9, but, 10 scheduled. I'm doing pretty good, man. We're talking about UFC 316. We're just hanging out for about an hour. Hopefully everybody's doing well, staying warm, staying cool, whatever it may be, depending on where you're at. So, again, Kayla Harrison, Juliana Pena video is out. Sean O'Malley, Merab Dvalishvili will be out at noon. So, check it out. Smack that like button. Comment on it. Let me know what you think. I was going to do a underdog or odds video, but those videos don't do very well. So, if anything, it hurts the channel. So, is Ilya undersized for the new division, or will he do good? Undersized, sure. The thing that's always going to help Ilya is he's very well-rounded. The thing that might get him in trouble is he likes to brawl sometimes. You have to know when to do that. Obviously, easier said than done, but that could be an issue. Is Taporia versus Charles who you have? Ilya. I don't know what punishment Charles can take. I don't know if he can withstand the big power of Ilya. I don't know. I want Charles to win. I love Charles. Just like I've watched UFC so long, I remember Charles when he was on a downward spiral, and so I watched the rise. I just love it. I don't even know what that means. Don't even know what that means. To be honest. You think John Jones fights again? Yes, I think he fights in Madison Square Garden. Jones Aspinall gonna happen? Yes, MSG later this year. People also didn't know that John was filming a TV show. That's why John was in Thailand. So he couldn't have done the fight. I would assume that's why they're waiting, but they're gonna fight. It's gonna happen. Who will win? John. It's not like a lock at all, but... What the fuck? Oh, okay. John was getting frisky. How you know it'll happen? John's too competitive for not to happen. That's why. It will happen. Also, Dana said it's signed, it's good. They just haven't announced it yet. And I would assume they haven't announced it yet because they're waiting for the perfect moment to announce it. So, it's going to happen. Buckley? Oh, you're talking about Bo Nickel? He's not going to be back for a while. Maybe late this year, but probably early next year. Probably like February, March. I don't see him coming right back. You think RDR is going to be champ? I think there's a strong case for it, yes. I think he's the one guy that could catch Drysis. So you think one last fight for John? Yeah, for sure. I hope Kelvin KO's Piper. Absolutely. Absolutely, El Nasty. How you doing, buddy? Khabib and his whole crew are in. Okay. Who's next for Bo? Well, the issue is, like, you fight Paul Craig, even though it was awful. You fight Paul Craig, you're in that top mix, whether we like it or not. That's where he's at. I don't think he deserves to be there. I don't think he should be there, but when you fight somebody like that, that's where you're going to be at. So he beats Paul Craig, then he loses to RDR. RDR is top 5 material, possible champ material. That is the way it is. So who does he fight? Do you pull them back out of that ranking and have him fight somewhere out of the 15th? I would say yes. So I would have him fight somebody like I'm trying to think. Because Al-Hassan's not there no more. Who is Al-Hassan just scheduled to fight? I would do somebody like a middle of a pack guy. Damn it. I thought Al-Hassan was supposed to fight somebody. I can't remember now. Can't fight Brundage. Already did that. Oh, Zach Reese. Let's do Zach Reese. Bo versus Finney. That'd be fun. I think so too. Was curious about the man's opinion. Tom legit. He's proved he is. How has he proved he is? He hasn't fought anybody. Dana and John, two wife beaters, bond with each other. Connor, you're in trouble with the court right now. Shut up. Bay Area boys in the house. DDP undisputed in the press conference. He's very good in the press conference. Will Connor fight again? I fucking hope not. I hope not. That guy sucks. Does Holloway get another title shot? Depends who he beats. Depends who he beats. Connor's doing politics now? Yes, he is. Correct. Correct. He is doing politics. Hamzat is legit. What you want? Hamzat is not legit. There's still so many question marks with Hamzat. Great win over Rob. Great win. Great win. Arguably lost against Gilbert Burns. RDR versus Whitaker. I got RDR. Me too. Every day of the week, I have RDR. The issue with Robert Whitaker is I think he's still a good athlete. I think he has the skills to win fights. The problem is he's not adjusting his style. Like that Darden style isn't working in 2025. Obviously, it worked against Ikram, but Ikram is not on that level. Ikram is not in that top range of guys that we're used to seeing Whitaker beat. I think he has a lot of issues. For one, I think he's smaller, but he has a lot of issues with certain guys because he has the same style. It's the same thing. There's so much tape on him. It's the same stuff. Yeah, his stamina's not good. Chimaev better hope he gets Dryces out early. 100%. I think those wars are catching up. Absolutely. And again, he's not changing his style. There's so much tape on him, you know what he's going to do. You're in trouble, you know? I have before, Tom, yes. Rob getting smashed? I think so. Name your top 5 of all time? Ooh. Ooh, you talking about like GOATs? Well, that would be John, DJ, GSP, Silva, Hughes. I'm okay with that list. If Silva fought GSP in 2011 before Weidman, who do you think would have won? GSP. Nobody rides for free in MMA. Every time you get hit, boom. Yep. Khabib is not in the top 5. He didn't fight fucking any grapplers. Oh, T-Bow, but T-Bow won that, so. That's a solid list. Appreciate you. Where's O'Malley is going to be good? Oh, metabolism. Yoel was fun in the UFC. I want him back. I agree. I don't think he'll ever be back, but he's fun. He's fun. Could have Khabib beat GSP? I don't think so. I think GSP's too smart. I think Prime Silva might take GSP out, dog, but Chael did show you can wrestle him. Yeah, man, Yoel was great. He was great. I have no issues with anybody, boy. That's ridiculous. The knockout from Yoel, it was disgusting. Yeah. Luke Rockhold as well. Yeah. That was nasty. And then he kissed him. Whew. Whew. Yoel. Without tickling Johnson. Yoel really smashed Machida. Oh yeah. Shocker. That was sad to see. If O'Malley can hit him with something nice, he might knock him out. Yep, he's gonna knock him out. He's gonna knock him out. He had no hip. He had no movement in the first fight, and he still hurt him twice in the 5th. Most hated UFC fighter, in my opinion. The guy that I hate the most is Corey Sandhagen. Nasty elbows. Yep. Yep. One of the most brutal finishes ever was Overeem Blades. It was a good finish. I wouldn't say that's nasty. I would say Silva over him is nasty. Boy, what the fuck? Obviously not. What a stupid question. Islam versus Khabib, who would get it done? Islam. Marab getting put to sleep with a big knee? Possibly. Corey Nerdhagen. Marab. How would you feel? How would Fedor have done in the UFC? Would he have been competitive? Yeah, until he wasn't. You know, Ngannou, Yoel, Luke, Darren Till. Who would you want to see back in the UFC? Well, I think Darren Till has the most potential because he's the youngest. But like someone that could come back right now and have success, Ngannou. Prime Connor versus Ilya, who wins? It's hard not to pick Prime Connor. Marab is the showboat. He gonna get KO'd eventually. Yep. And I think this is the fight. We're not doing this, boy. Stop. We're not doing this. Remember Bigfoot Silva really smashed Fedor? Yes, he did. Will DDP win versus Hamzat? Yes, I think he smashes Hamzat. I know people don't like that, but it's true. Yeah, Ngannou was a unit, but John would beat him. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ngannou's not good on the ground. So, yeah. Yeah. 100%. Again, if you guys can, slap that like button, share the stream. It all helps so much. Appreciate you. Tracy Cortez versus Mackenzie Dern, who, oh my God. My God. I think DDP advantage is his cardio. 100%, Jay. 100%. John ducked Ngannou. Okay. John told Ngannou what his plan was, and Ngannou still left. That's not ducking. Do you think any of the Diaz bros fight in the UFC again? I don't know. I would assume Nate does. Whatever they want to do, I'm here for. I love effective, though. Oh, yeah. 100%. 100%. Shit, I got to grab my watch. 1 second. Would you win a fight versus Mackenzie Dern? That's stupid. Why would I? No. This dude is a John fan. Let's go. I agree. Why Russian fighters dominating the UFC? It's just their mindset. Hold on. Gosh dang it. Chuck got ended with Rich. Oh, yeah, that was sad to see, too. Super sad. Rashad Evans, yeah. Sorry, doing a live. What's up? Tuesday, what's up, buddy? MMA Guru beats Prime John Jones. Okay. Yeah, the Rich fight was sad because Chuck was doing well. And then, yeah. Yeah, same. I would have loved to have seen Nate versus Dustin. Oh, yeah, that would have been gross. 100%. Liddell had a 1-2, too many fights after Rashad. 100% correct. Have you played any UFC video games? Of course. I have some on the channel. I've done playthroughs and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely, I have. I don't care for the newer ones. I feel like they take out user control sometimes. They make it a little bit too much animation based. I don't like that. BJ Penn has gone crazy. Yeah. 100%. Yep, UFC Undisputed 3 is the best one. Is it bad Dude, Ethan, you fucking suck. Get him out of here. Get this piece of shit out of here. It's disgusting. Should Ngannou continue boxing or stick to MMA? I would do MMA. Boxing is a different level. Okay, Ethan, you're gone. Get the fuck out of here. What a stupid, disgusting thing to say. You can tell BJ was fucked up years ago when the bar incident happened. Yeah. Oh, hold on a second. 1 second. God dang it. There we go. Sorry. Wife and kids are doing a splash pad today. Sorry about that. Tuesday. Card should be good this weekend. Oh, yeah. I thought it was good last weekend. I enjoyed the hell out of the card. Does the GFL have an event or is it dead on arrival? I believe it's done for. I agree. Maybe they'll have one. It like I don't necessarily think all those guys should be fighting, but if an event is on, I would watch it. Just because I like some of those fighters. I want to see what Phil Hawes can do in a different organization. That guy's talented as hell, just doesn't have a good chin. The Joshua knockout on Ghani was nasty work. Oh, it was disgusting. Disgusting. TKO is going to kill what's left of the soul of the UFC along with WWE. Shit's tragic. I don't think so. I don't think so. But it's possible. True, but UFC hasn't been the same since Zuffa sold it. I mean, again, when you have people like Zuffa who are invested into it, not like money-wise, because obviously they were, but like they liked it, it's hard when you go to somewhere else where they're just trying to sell it. They're trying to promote it. So, yeah, sure. Ngannou jumped straight into the deep end in boxing. Yep, should have taken some better fights at first. 100%. I only watch women's MMA for ground game. Okay. Last weekend's prelims were solid. Yeah, I thought the main card was good too. Just Dustin Jacoby fight was fun. Billy Golf was fun. I called the Brahimov finish. That was awesome. Who you got, Marab? Sean for the rematch? Sean. Yeah, I have Sean winning that one. It's a shame. I wanted to see Gus fight again. He's one of my favorites for years. Absolutely. A prime Gus was one of the best. Money's in the machine. That's fair. I still think Marab's coming out on top of this. His activity is too much for Sean. More of a Sean fan, but can't deny Marab's work ethic. The thing with that fight, Jay, I'm not for sure if you know this, but Sean had a torn labrum in his hip. So the thing that makes Sean so special is his movement. I'm not a crazy Sean fan, but that's just what it is. His crazy movement is the biggest thing. He didn't move in that fight. His movement was virtually gone. And obviously that's why. And he still hurt Marab in the 5th round. So if Sean has that movement, like I think he can really hurt Marab and put him out. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing today? I'm doing all right, man. How you doing? Typical guy who would see a competitive in a slap. No. Competing in a slap event, I would never do that. Marab going to sleep, yes. I hope Sean can win. I don't care for him personally, but he's got a very fun style. Correct. Even if I'm taking Sean, call me mad, I think he adjusts. Yeah. Yeah. I just think the movement creates so many different angles for Sean. I think he can really do good work. Power slap is a bunch of Midwest. Yeah. Yeah, when Gus came back, it was sad to see. Yeah, on O'Malley, I didn't know that, but hopefully he defends the takedown, stays in the middle, and holds it down. Again, if his movement's there, Marab gets hurt. Cejudo wobbled him. I mean, obviously Marlon Moraes wobbled him. I thought Umar won 3-2, 1-2-3 rounds. Yeah, I just think the openings are there. Just Sean's movement has to be there. Does Jake Paul ever fight for PFL? Maybe one time. Yeah, he's going to be stinging Marab. Yeah. Kelvin Gastelum or Joe Pyfer. I want Kelvin. It literally depends what version of Kelvin we see at the weigh-ins. And to me, the reason I think that is because if we see a motivated, hungry Kelvin on weight, I think Kelvin wins. I just do. His speed's nice. Pyfer has good power, but I like Kelvin. But if Kelvin comes in like he did against Rodriguez, I think Joe Pyfer finishes them. Kelvin gonna batter him? I think so. And I tell you what, I am not ready for Kelvin to get slapped if that happens. I am not ready for it. Incredible boxing from Kelvin Granite Chin. Who's your favorite era of MMA? I love the GSP run to the top. Oh, favorite era. That's a really good question. Because GSP, I think I didn't respect it enough when I was growing up. Same thing with Silva. So the one I really, really loved that I actually respected was the Oliveira one. Simply just because, like, I watched the beginning, I watched the bad in the middle, and then I watched him rise. You don't get a lot of that. But again, also, I loved the John stuff before when he debuted. Joe Rogan told him to get a better gym. He's too talented for it. It's wild. Kelvin has been wrestling heavy from his last approach. Yep. O'Malley's fight didn't fight well. Yeah, he was overextending on everything and giving more free takedowns, and yeah, he still took 2 rounds off of him. Yeah. And again, O'Malley literally had a torn labrum in his hip. He had no hip, so he couldn't move. So everything he was doing, for one, overextending, was moving in a straight line. So Luque or Holland, I want Holland, but I worry for Luke. I worry that Luque wins. Big hydrated head, yeah. Fire hydrant. What would the timeline be if Chandler had beat Charles for the title? Chandler, oh gosh, I don't think Chandler would have held that title. I think either Gaethje beats him, Dustin beats him, shit, even Patty, obviously. Yeah, you saw Charles the whole run. Yeah, the whole run was unbelievable. Back when he fought, yep, Efren Escudero. I think Dan Hendo was one of my top favorite fighters from the older guys. Absolutely. Watched him in Strikeforce, in and out of the UFC, and then he comes back with a disgusting knockout of Bisping. God, he was so good. Dude, he fought Fei Zhao in Strikeforce, and he literally hit him with the right hand, and it spun Fei Zhao around. It was gross. Armin would smash Chandler? I think so. Holland being minus 220 over anyone who's competing in 2025 is crazy. Yeah. If Holland was an underdog, I like it. Holland being a favorite at minus 220, that's crazy to me because of how well-rounded Luque is. If a good version of Luque shows up, that's a tough fight. If a great version of Holland shows up, we have an absolute barn burner of a fight. We just do. And Efren has just won the Ultimate Fighter and Charles fought him. Yep. Mario Batista or Patchy Mix. Too well-rounded, I think. So it's safe to say if Chandler had won, we would have seen Dustin and Justin as champs. Yes. I take Luque all day. Okay. I think if anything, maybe he submits Kevin Holland. But if a great version like he did against Gunnar Nelson shows up, Holland has big power. Charles Oliveira versus Efren is the first MMA fight I ever saw in the UFC. My grandpa thought it was WWE and called me to watch it. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Hell yeah. McLovin, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. What a stupid fucking thing. What do you think about tournaments in MMA? Dana has said he's against them. Yeah, I don't really care for him. That doesn't mean I wouldn't want to see him every now and then. I do wish sometimes cards would be like that a little bit. I do wish sometimes the cards would be like, all right, we had a bunch of lightweights. You know, winners could fight each other. I wish something like that would play out. But you fight multiple times in a day. I don't really like that. Is Nick Diaz still signing with the UFC? I know he pulled out of 2 Luque fights. Yes, he's still signed. Luque could get a finish, but bar minimum, I say he wins the decision. That's fair. Again, it depends on what version Holland shows up. I see it go in the distance. One thing that's pissed me off is one of the event in Atlanta sucks ass behind been years, and that's what he gives us. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. That would be a little frustrating. Did you see Tom Aspinall interview yesterday? I seen some of it saying that John's retired and all this stuff. He's playing the game. He's hyping the fight up. I like the Strikeforce heavyweight tournament, but that's the only one. That's fair. That one, that was nasty. People forget DC's knockout of Bigfoot Silva. Disgusting. Also, short notice for DC. It was good. Shy too good. Okay, that's possible. I'm hoping Pacers win, but Shy's good. I am rooting for the Pacers, though. DC stepped in for Overeem. Ooh. Okay. Overeem would have smashed Silva back then. DC was the man back then. Bro put pressure on him. He's just old man now with a mic. Yeah, he says a lot of stupid things now. KO'd Bigfoot and beat Barnett to win. Yep, slammed him. That's what everybody remembers. I think Luke A calf kicks is gonna be the X factor if he wants to win. Ooh, it's a good call out there Tuesday. Do I gamble? No. I have way too much of an addictive personality. No. Juliana Pena versus Harrison. Again, if you don't know, if you're not subscribed, I got my Juliana Pena, Kayla Harrison breakdown out now. Check it out. Also at noon, when this stream is done, I will have the Sean O'Malley Merab fight out. That one will be out as well. Can Yuri be champ again? No. Do you have a favorite division to watch right now? Honestly, it's probably the 55-pound division. Probably. That division is just disgusting. Bro, Harrison all day. Pena is slow and weak in comparison. Harrison, no striking expert, but the grappling will be on another level compared to Pena. Yeah, the only thing I worry about is Harrison's cardio. Because Pena does have good cardio, I worry that she gets a front choke on Harrison because Harrison's getting tired and reaching for takedowns. Prediction for Oliveira versus Topuria. I like Oliveira. Obviously, I want him to win. But I think Topuria's power is going to be a little bit of a problem for Oliveira. Is Colin Sakil a safe pick? Anjul reminds me of Woodley style. Yeah, I think Yanel is too one-dimensional. I know he's okay on the ground. He has big power, though. He like leaps in with his hooks. I just like the style of Khalil. Not Khalil, sorry. Kalen. I like his style to beat Yanel. Is wrestling best base for MMA? Goodness. That's such a... I'd say 9 times out of 10, yes. But I would say like a kickboxing base with good takedown defense is a great base. Just because, like, with the kickboxing, if you have good leg kicks, Jesus Christ, I got something in my eyeball. Yeah, if you have good leg kicks, then you can shut fighters down. So, yo, Juiceman, what up, buddy? What up? Which one was better, 229 or UFC 300? Well, what was 229? 300 was pretty good. Wrestling best base, fair. I'd say wrestling work ethic is what gets you there. If you start young, those boys are no slouch when it comes to training. The problem is typically they run into injuries, and then that wrestling base necessarily gets away because they're hurting. They're always doing it. They kind of fall in love with striking. So sometimes it kind of hurts them in the end, you know? Do you have good leg kicks? How in the hell would I know that? Merab will 5-0 Sean again, if not a finish. Okay. He doesn't finish anybody, but sure. I don't know if he 5-0s him. Also, he didn't 5-0 him in the last one. So, yeah. Sean O'Malley's the only one who hurt somebody in that fight. He hurt him twice in the 5th with front kicks to the body. So, yeah. Again, if you guys can slap that like button, it really, really helps out. Maybe got one round, maybe. Well, definitely got one round when he hurt someone twice, but yeah. Calf kicks are low-key underrated, but so much effective. That's what I'm saying. There's an argument that kickboxing is, if you have good leg kicks. Because you don't want to say jiu-jitsu because those guys sometimes can fall in love with obviously the ground and stuff, but you can get beat up there and all that stuff. It's a tough one. Because you hear wrestlers doing it their whole lives. They don't always work out. Jan B. O'Sally just saying hope Merab wins again. That's fair. I thought Jan won, yes. Oblique kick, feint, spinning elbow. Okay. I remember the first time I got calf kicked, literally crippler. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What's the word? What fighter has the most annoying fighting style? Chelsea Chandler. Corey Sandhagen. God, that guy sucks. The Bird. I remember the first few times I was choked to sleep for not tapping. Yeah. Yeah. I'd rather get choked to sleep than get knocked out. I never liked Dominic Cruz's fighting style, but he was a great mind. Yeah, absolutely. That's how it's going to be this weekend. If it goes to decision, Marab wins clearly one. It's going to go to O'Sally. It's fair. Corey sucks. Are you tweaking? No, I've said it. I've always said it. MD, congratulations. You're timed out, buddy. Oh, Tuesday got him. Got him even long. Oh, there you go. So now he's timed out for 86,000 seconds. 86 and 300. Can Izzy make a comeback? No, unfortunately. Bobby Green with arms down never fails to annoy. Like, what are you thinking, man? Well, we can say that, but he's been successful. That's been his style his whole career. He's been goddamn successful, man. He's been very successful. Sorry. That's how it's gonna go this weekend. If it goes to decision, even if Marab clearly won, it's gonna. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. If Marab clearly won, it's going to Marab. That's yeah. Why do you get so many spammers in the chat? Good question, buddy. It's every single one. Bobby Green, you mean King Green? It's Bobby, but yes. Bobby, a weird one. I don't want to like dude as much as I do. I love Bobby Green. How can you not? The guy's an OG. I'm not calling any man a king. Yeah. You're Bobby. Like that's what it is. You're Bobby. Also, I thought he beat Rafael Fiziev. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I thought he won round 1 and round 3. Pretty goddamn clear. He's so fun. Obviously, at the tail end of his career now, he's getting finished a little bit more than before. But hardest downfall, obviously Tony. No. Henan Barao. That's the hardest downfall. He's not King Green or even Bobby. He's Bob Green. Tom Hanks. What? Okay. I don't care, but okay. Do you have a favorite tough season? I love the Rampage Rashad season. Gosh. That's a good question. I really liked the McGregor Faber season. I thought that season was really, really good. Also, the Brock Lesnar, Shane Carwin, but I think turned into Big Nog season. Or not Big Nog, sorry. Big Country. Jesus. What do you think of Karate Combat? I don't really care. That's my thought. On paper, Fiziev should have been more successful. Yes. Marlon Moraes is up there for the worst downfalls. That's fair. That's fair. Also, the worst version of Marab almost finished of Mariah's. Almost finished Marab. I actually liked the Bisbing and Hendo one. Was funny to me. Bisbing's so annoying. I have such a hard time watching that one. He was so annoying. God, I hated him as a kid. On paper, everybody beats DDP, but DDP can't read. Correct. That's a good one. Correct. I know a tough winner trained with him before he was in school. Who? What? What? Oh, Jonathan. Oh, Jonathan Brookins? I think Jonathan Brookins who you're talking about. It's what made his KO more satisfying. Bisman was such an ass that season. Oh yeah, he was. And then Hendo's just laughing at him. He's just smiling at him. Wild. Johnny Hendricks and Vitor Bedford had a pretty big fall after USADA. Well, Hendricks worse than Belfort. Belfort still won a fight. Hendricks did not. Best performance by a fighter. I mean, Cody No Love is up there against Cruz. Yeah. Holm versus Rousey, obviously. TJ Dillashaw versus Henan Barral, 1 and 2. My wife is James Vick's cousin. That's awesome. Hell yeah. That's cool. He was good for a long time. But you can only play that great chin for so long, you know. He had a great chin for a while. I mean, for a while. And then Darius cracked it and said, "See ya." See ya. People forget that Darius is the one that cracked it. I didn't know then she mentioned him, and I was like, no crap, that's awesome. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Vic was good, but after that, yeah. Yeah. It was so sick, too, because, like, Darius knocked him out and then screamed, because he just lost to Chiesa. He was submitted by him. And then he fought James Vick, and, oh, God. Ooh. Saw him at a reunion. That's awesome. I remember seeing Cruz Garbrandt live, but I wasn't really in tune with the fan base. What was the consensus behind how people thought it would go? How would Cruz's style deal with the power and the hand speed of Garbrandt? That's what it was. It was like Cruz's footwork is going to give him problems, but if he's not careful, how is he going to do with the power of Garbrandt? Nobody thought Garbrandt was going to outschool Cruz. We didn't know he was going to cruise on Cruz, you know? I doubt that, Combs. No, it's not. Still fun. Imagine saying that one day Chiesa will submit Tony in one. Yeah. Yeah. And it had to be a terrible version of Tony for him to submit, too. Although it was Brooklyn's debut, sheesh, imagine. Yeah. 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 I watched all those rise in the WEC. I believe he was like 4-1 when I watched him in the WEC. Crazy. Prime is gone. No promotional videos for in UFC fights anymore. Well, that's not true. We see him all the time. We see promotional videos all the time of UFC fights. So that's just not true. Just not true. Brookins was good for a minute. He was good for a minute. Getting Dana White Instagram videos for fight announcements. He's doing lives. He's not doing videos. He's doing lives. Also, that's good. People that use Instagram and don't follow the UFC, now they see it, and they're like, ooh, what is this? And then, ooh. A fighter you hated but liked after some time? O'Malley. I don't necessarily like him, but I like him more than I used to. That's for sure. Promo videos 100 times better. Well, we get promo videos. You're just not watching. We get every time I'm live, we get promo videos. I meant more so, did basically everyone have Cruz beating Cody? Yeah. Yeah. Because of his style. Because of his movement. No one could touch him. I mean, I think that was Cruz coming off of the Faber 3 fight, I believe. I might be wrong about that, but he beat the shit out of Faber. So, I believe that was him coming off of that fight. So, the consensus was that Cody's going to be a hard fight, but Cruz is probably going to get it. Like, that's what I thought. It was like, how is Cody going to deal with the footwork, but how is Cruz going to deal with the power and the speed? And boy, did he. Cruz was on a good run, bearing injuries. Yeah. Hall of Famer for sure. He was incredible for what he was able to do. Incredible. Yeah, nobody thought out of Team Alpha Male it's going to be Cody. Oh, 100%. Nobody thought that. Until John Jones versus Tom Aspinall, we all should stop watching UFC. Never. Never. That fight will happen at MSG later this year. I'm iffy on O'Malley. Let's see how he rebounds. If good, I'll like him as a person. I think he's chill as fuck. That's fair. I think after his hip surgery, right after the fight's going to help him a lot. Because his hip was gone. Literally. Literally. Gone. I remember the era had a lot of dominant champions. Aldo, GSP, Kane, Silva, Cruz, all killers. 100%. 100%. Yes. Yeah. They were all dominant, too. Yep. Losses tell you more wins validate. I mean, I mean, yes and no. I don't think it. I don't know. Losses for sure tell you more, for sure, but I don't know if winning does that. Hopefully that Marab loss helped him. Yeah, I think it did. Well, he took everything away. He's not smoking. And like the smoking thing is whatever. I think it's just a mindset thing. People saying Islam oh god, ducked Ilya. People don't know what ducking means. Like, come on, welterweight is filled with killers right now. Yeah, yeah. He ducked Ilya to go fight bigger men. Huh? Excuse me? Come on. People are fucking wild. Wild. He ducked him. Get the fuck out of here. From a always be humble, never underestimate, or think you know something standpoint is what I meant. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's a better way of saying it. That's a better way of saying it. Because for sure, some of them get what you're saying when they win, but not a lot. Maybe he needed the loss, sure. He also needed the surgery. Yeah, it seemed like O'Malley himself was buying into his own hype too much. Well, he had injured, tore his labrum off his hip 10 weeks before the fight. I was like, I can still knock this guy out. He hurt him, but his movement was gone. The thing that's going to, this weekend, knock Marab out, his movement. His movement is going to open up those opportunities. Top 5 fighters with Dana White privilege? I have no idea. I respect that Ilya dropped the title to move up, so tired of champ. Well, how can you respect it? Ilya didn't do anything. There's Mobzar there. You didn't even attempt to fight Mobzar. I mean, there's so many fighters like Diego Lopez. So many fighters. And how can you respect it? He didn't get a title shot. He moved up a weight class and is still waiting. Yes, now he's scheduled to fight Charles for the title, but that's not why Ilya moved up. Ilya moved up to fight Islam. To me, it takes his legacy away. Because if you fight Mobzar and you beat him, you fight Lopez, you beat him, maybe there's something there for Islam to fight him. Because Islam didn't need to fight Ilya. There's nothing there. Now, is it a good fight? Yes. Not saying that. I respect, what about Sean Strickland? I'm a bleed for you guys, jab merchant. I'm not a fan of Sean Strickland. Just not a fan. Tony should have retired after Dariush. Yes. Not because Dariush isn't good, because Dariush is great. Remember, Dariush is the one last guy, obviously besides Dan Hooker, which is controversial, one last guy to dominate Gamrot. Knocked him down, beat him up. Yeah. Bullied him. Stopped his takedowns. And we've seen how good Gamrot's takedowns are. We've seen how good his takedowns are. So, Strickland talks like he fights like Justin Gaethje. Yeah, correct. And then he's like, sorry, I'm just like, whatever, I'm done. True, but I respect that he dropped the title instead of keeping the division on hold within an interim while he moves up. Well, it would be okay if he moved up. He could still fight in the division. Like, Volk moved up, fought Islam, and still defended his title. So, like, he gave his belt away, like I said, and he didn't even fight the guy he moved up to fight. It's just, why would you move up without the confirmation? Because obviously if it was confirmed, we would have gotten that fight. You know, personally. Say Islam had beat Ilya, people would have been like, oh, he beat a 45er. Sure, but I don't think those people understand how dangerous Topuria is. I don't think that's a fair argument, because like you could be like, yeah, he's a small guy. And I was like, yeah, but he's really good. Also, yes, they probably would have said that. But if he beats Lopez, if he beats Mobzar in convincing fashions, those people can shut up. Because he's done great in that division that he's in, like Volk did when he moved up, which made sense. You know what I'm saying? That would have made sense. Those guys could have shut up. Gaethje is a monster, screw, wrestling, autism, and swinging for the fence is the best base for MMA. Strickland is always like, it's more than just dip and jab. Yeah, it's annoying at this point. I wouldn't be so critical of Strickland for being boring if he didn't try and act like he's gonna. Yeah, exactly. He does all these crazy rants. He acts like an idiot. He acts like he's 12 years old, and he just doesn't have a good viewpoint on the world. And then he goes out there and then he apologizes like, I'm just a pussy, guys. I'm so sorry. I just couldn't do it. Oh my gosh. Like, fine, but stop acting like a fucking fool in the press conference. You know, it's stupid at this point. I don't even watch his press conferences anymore, his interviews, because it's so annoying. He just does like, gosh. Do you prefer the new or old UFC title design? Old. Old. Not even a question. Old. I've always said that. I love those old UFC titles. I mean, I grew up watching, obviously, WWE this, when I was younger and stuff, and I like the older ones there, too. Not like the WWF ones, but like the big-ass gold world heavyweight title. Love it. Love that one. DDP made Strickland and Izzy cry during conferences. Let's see if he can do the same to Hamzat. I'm going to take a random guess and say he'll get close. He won't make him cry, but he'll get close. He acts like he's going to kill somebody in the octagon and then throws like 3 jabs and 2 teeps per round. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. I'm very curious to see which Paulo Costa we see against Kopylov. Because if it's old Costa shows up, whew. Oh, Raul Rosas. Yikes. Good fighter. Good fighter. But, yikes. I think, yeah. I'm going to take Kopylov. Costa is too unreliable. Yep, correct. Correct. Again, the thing that's going to tell us a ton is how he shows up on weight. How does he look? Costa built like a Hulk with Ricky Martin's face. Yeah, he got a fucking hair transplant. His hair's still leaving him. It's like, dude, I can't stay on your head. I have to leave. That shit cracks me up. Cracks me up. Oliveira understand English. He smiles at every punchline. He's just playing with us. That's fair. He might understand it, he just can't speak it. You know, it's possible he understands it, though. He needs to bring back the Costa that fought Yoel. He just stands at range with Kopylov. He'll get picked apart. 100%, yes. Is Rose Namajunas washed? I don't necessarily know if washed is a good word for that. I think she's a level down to what she used to be. And I think a lot of that is just her mindset. She's also done everything she needs to do. She doesn't need to do anything else. Costa's so friendly. Yeah. Kayla of the Future. I think she does very well. That video is out now on my channel. If you want to check it out, let me know what you think. I'm hoping we get another Juicy J fight before the end of the year. I'm hoping. Love Juicy J. Oh, Dakota Dechevia. The Future. Yeah. She's awesome. Yeah, when Rose knocked out Wei Li, that was wild. That was wild. And it aged pretty damn well, I would say. I'd say it aged pretty well. With Rose, it feels like her mentality is the problem. Yep. Yep, that's exactly what I was saying. Yep. Wei Li is amazing. Also, she's a monster. Yeah. She's really good, obviously. I think her fighting Shevchenko, because she was talking about that, would be awesome. That would be awesome. Also, doesn't help that Pat Barry sucks as a coach. That's fair. I thought there for a minute he was going to be good because like he coached Alonzo, and we had some of the best performances from Alonzo. So there for a minute, he had me convinced, like, okay, maybe he's good for Alonzo. And then, yeah, I just don't think he is. I loved him as a fighter. He was just so fun. But, yeah. No English, all fight IQ. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. Fighters you can't watch no matter how much you try. Well, I mean, I don't think there's anybody because I watch every single card live. I mean, that's what I do. So, She should stick with Whitman. Yeah. Besides Jones, who is competitive with Aspinall at heavyweight? Gane, Almeida. I mean, yeah. I watched, but no NyQuil, but he's NyQuil. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Chandler English, no IQ. Yeah. Yeah. You are not wrong, sir. Trevor, what's up, buddy? Who win, Islam or Ilya? Ilya. Or no, I mean Jesus Christ. Islam won. Is gonna win that fight. Gane would give Tom problems on the feet, but if Tom shoots on him, he gets an easy finish. That's fair. That's fair. I'm curious to see how you would do with Gane's movement, because that's something we haven't seen Tom have to deal with. It is that movement. We also haven't seen him fight a grappler like Almeida. So, running away from Ilya, chasing the second belt after 4 defenses. He did not run away from Ilya. There's nothing to run away from. Ilya ran from his own division because he didn't want to fight Movsar or Lopez. So, he focused on his scary potential. Yeah. What about Black Beast and Tom? That would have been awesome. That's just another guy I'd love to see Tom fight because he gets hit. How many times can he get hit by Black Beast? I don't know. I've seen some of it, Trevor. Bellator Chandler versus UFC Gaethje, debut Gaethje, who wins? Bellator Chandler. Lewis ain't fucking with Tom. I think he said in the last interview he'd fight him on a week notice. We all know Lewis flying armbars Tom. Oh, that'd be fucking awesome. Jones straight ducking. Sup, Trevor? People actually think Islam is afraid of Ilya. Yeah, exactly. Who's like 5 feet tall. The guy has beaten everyone and just wants new challenges. When Ilya changes weight classes, it's the right move. No. No. Ilya needs to stay in his weight class because he has challengers, but he moved out. So, not real talk. Tom would be way too fast for Lewis. That's fair. That's fair. MVP needs more fights. I agree. I mean, he just fought a little while ago. But when Islam does it, he's scared. Makes no sense. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying, MMA. I got you. I got you. Yeah. Again, guys, that is an hour live stream. I really, really appreciate you. Rob wins. Can you watch UL versus Izzy? No. I think John. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure. But I really appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your day. I'll be live at some point tonight or tomorrow. Sean O'Malley, Marab video is out right now. Kayla Harrison, Juliana Pena fight card. The video is out right now, so check that out. As always, peace.